Wheels for Winners, and Bayview Foundation Collaboration Award. About the partnership.
I'm Alan Crossley. I'm a volunteer mechanic with Wheels for Winners. So we've been giving out bikes through Bayview since 2011, and that whole relationship has evolved over the ensuing 14 years.
Hello, my name is Chong Tao. I'm the elementary program coordinator at Bayview Foundation. Our summer program consists of a lot of biking all over Madison, and so being able to have bikes, especially for families who can't afford to buy a bike from a store, really helps give the kids opportunities to be able to explore the greater Madison, learn how to take care of their things, as well as just experience the freedom.
I joined a group of bike folks that we ended up calling ourselves the Just Bike Coalition, where we were trying to identify barriers to people being able to ride a bike in Madison. And one of the barriers to riding a bike is people owning a bike but not being able to ride it because the chain fell off, the tire was flat, the brakes were rubbing. And so that really got me and Wheels interested in going out into the community and doing community repair events. And kind of the first place to really try that out was with Lisa King and the Bayview community. We started in 2018 going there and doing free bike repair.
Just being able to have the skills to be able to fix a bike is very empowering, and it feels like, you know, I'm able to accomplish something that really impacts the lives of the kids I work with, the families that I meet. I always text him or send him a picture, hey, I just changed a tire today. I just fixed like someone's chain or their seat. Thank you so much for these skills you and your team had taught me.
With COVID, we realized that doing volunteer service and getting to our shop was really difficult, so we started getting the sizes of all the bike earners, loading up a U-Haul, and then driving to Bayview and delivering the bikes to Bayview so that transportation wasn't a barrier to getting bikes.
I'm Nate Shore. I'm the program director at Bayview. The event, the bike distribution event or the bike fix-it events, they become something in and of itself. You see, I think we've talked about and we hear about the smiles when kids get their first bikes, and you see kids zooming around the neighborhood. It almost signals like it's the beginning of summer. So there is something that's community building about these events, and I think the more that Wheels gets to know us, the more that we get to know Wheels, the more that the two organizations start to look like each other. And I think we're exploring and finding out how we're coming to it from a community-based organization. Wheels is coming to it from a bike-based organization. But we're realizing that those values are more in line than what we thought at the beginning, and we see that in those distribution events.
What have you learned from this partnership?
Having us think differently about what is community service. I usually think of you know, you need to do 10 hours of volunteer service to get a bike from Wheels for Winners. But with Bayview, and talking with Nate and Becca, realized the children there and the adults there are doing community service all the time, whether it's translating for an elder or taking care of siblings, or, you know, cleaning up the community, working in the gardens. And that really opened my eyes, and I think our organization's eyes, to thinking differently about what volunteer service really can look like.
To me, it's taught me that biking is more than just having this tool. I think like we've seen and we see on a regular basis, it's like almost a totem of your childhood, or it's this vehicle for freedom, or it signals being free, and it also makes Madison just more accessible. We've talked about Madison being such a bike-heavy city. If you have a bike and feel empowered to be able to use that and to take care of it, the whole city is your oyster, and you feel like you can really get anywhere, and you feel like you're actually a part of Madison. And I think that what we noticed in this with Wheels is that we didn't think that right away. Sometimes it feels like, okay, there's this exchange, we do this thing, you give us a bike, but being able to approach the work and say, hey, maybe there's something more to this, maybe we can evolve our thinking. It shows us that really impactful community work happens when you start with listening and saying, how does that apply to me? How can I change and evolve my thinking on that?
I'm Neil McCallum. I'm president of Wheels for Winners. I've been a volunteer there for about 8 years, and it's a joy to work with Bayview. Remember the smile that your first bike brought to your face? That's what we enjoy doing with our partnership with Bayview Foundation.